Hi, I'm Rajesh, a freelance software developer. Many times I find myself needing to quickly create a proof of concept to demo for clients. However, setting up and building even a simple POC often takes longer than I'd like. This led me to explore faster ways to convince clients and win projects. Enter Gen AI. With new tools being introduced every day, we now have methods that speed up these experimental tasks. Not only do they allow us to validate ideas and fail fast, but they also help us find optimal solutions, saving time and resource for both the client and myself. So I thought, why not make a video about solving a common problem I face? Given a piece of text, whether it's an email or an instant message, today we'll build a simple web application using ChatGPT that will help us with the following. First, it will correct grammar, and second, it will make the text sound professional and remove any unnecessary emotions because we don't need to send any passive aggressive emails. In the business world, being grammatically correct is crucial. And while empathy is important, too much emotion in a professional email, not so much. Tools for the job. To build this, I'll be using the following tools. First one is the Streamlit.io. I came across this Python library when I was looking for something to translate Python code into a web app. Streamlit converts Python code directly into a web application, and it's incredibly flexible when it comes to sharing the results. The second one is the ChatGPT. Of course, we'll have ChatGPT do all the heavy lifting. It will not only help us generate the web application using Streamlit, but also perform its core function, which is saving us from emotionally charged, poorly written email. Okay, so the next step in the process is to set up the development environment. Briefly, here is what my environment looks like. I'm using Conda to manage my Python versions and its dependencies. And for the IDE, I'll be using PyCharm, which is my all-time favorite. So the next step in the process is application design. Our approach is simple and UI driven. We want the design to be straightforward, making the app easy and intuitive to use. Here's what the layout will look like. We'll have a text box where user can write or paste their content, and below that, an area where the refined, corrected text will be displayed. To enhance the user experience, we'll also include a few action buttons to streamline the process and make the app even more user friendly. Now that we have finalized the design, let's dive into the core of the app, which is prompt generation. I crafted a prompt that will instruct ChatGPT on how to handle the text. It's pretty straightforward. Here's what it does. When we type or paste some text and click the execute button, ChatGPT jumps into action. It will fix any grammar mistakes, make the text sound professional, and display the polished version right in the output section. It's that simple.
In this project, I'll be using PyCharm as my development environment. To keep things organized, I'll also create a new Conda environment specifically for this demo. I'll be using Python version 3.8 in this environment to ensure compatibility with the tools and libraries we'll be working with. Let's get started. Next, we'll submit our prompt to ChatGPT, which will generate the code along with a brief explanation. I am also asking it to provide instructions on how to install and set up Streamlit, just in case there are any specific steps we need to follow. Fortunately, the setup is very simple. Since we are already using Conda, we can skip the virtual environment setup and directly install the Streamlit library using the PyCharm console. I am now attempting to run the Streamlit Hello World program and it runs successfully. With that, our Streamlit development environment is all set and ready to go. I am pasting the generated code into the app.py file and trying to run it using the Streamlit library. However, I encounter an error because I missed one important step that ChatGPT asked me to complete. After installing the required dependency, the app runs successfully. But I noticed that the core functionality still seems to be missing. So, I'm asking ChatGPT once again to complete the core functionality by integrating with the OpenAI API. I know that the OpenAI API has gone through some breaking changes recently, so I want to confirm the specific library version ChatGPT is using to make sure everything is compatible. I found a minor opportunity to handle secrets more securely, so my lazy self asked ChatGPT to update the code. However, the generated code was using a deprecated model. Simply changing the model name might not work since the request and response could have breaking changes. So, I had to report this error back to ChatGPT for further assistance. ChatGPT provided me with an updated script that uses the GPT model, either version 3.5 or 4. After incorporating the changes, the web app ran smoothly without any errors and produced the expected results. Plus, the copy to clipboard button worked perfectly.
Now, let's talk about a few drawbacks. Like any tool, this method has its limitations. First, outdated code. ChatGPT is trained on data up to a certain point, so sometimes the code it generates might be outdated. As developers, we still need to rely on our debugging skills to fix any issues that come up. Second is the basic design. While Streamlit is great for rapid prototyping, it is not most visually impressive tool. If your client cares about aesthetics or a highly customized look and feel, you might need to put in extra effort to polish the design. Streamlit is fantastic for quick demos, but more complex projects will require additional work and maintenance. Alright, I hope you found this video helpful and that it gives you a faster way to tackle your development tasks, whether that's saving yourself from sending overly emotional emails or wowing your clients with quick proof of concepts. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye.